Chapter 9 Emil and the Detectives by Erich Kästner. Emil Tischbein lived with his mother in a small town called Neustadt. In the vacation, Emil's mother decided to send him to visit his grandmother who lived in Berlin. Before he boarded the train, she gave him an envelope containing some money to give to his grandmother. Emil carefully pinned the envelope with the notes inside his coat pocket so that he would not lose them. Feeling safe and confident, he took his seat in the train. A tall man and a woman with her baby were his only companions on the long journey. The tall man introduced himself as Max Grundis and asked Emil where he was going. During the conversation, the man offered Emil chocolate, which the boy accepted happily. Soon after eating the chocolate, Emil began to feel drowsy and he slowly drifted off to sleep. Emil woke up with a start when the train stopped with a jerk. It had just pulled into a station. He felt his coat pocket and was shocked to find that the envelope was missing. He saw that the tall man had already got off the train. The woman looked at Emil and asked, "What is the matter? You look pale."
"I can't seem to find my money, madam,"
Emil replied.
"I think it has been stolen. I must get off the train to search for the thief, although my station is the next one."
Emil suspected that the tall man had taken the money while he was sleeping. He searched for him on the crowded platform and spotted the man leaving the station. The man had his right hand tucked deep into his pocket and was looking about nervously. Emil quickly followed him outside the station. There, he saw him go into a cafe. Emil was wondering whether he should go up to the thief and demand his money when he felt a tap on his shoulder. A small group of boys had gathered around him. One of them introduced himself as Gustav.
"What's the matter? You look lost and worried,"
he asked.
"All my money was stolen and I believe that the tall man inside the cafe is the thief,"
replied Emil. "Don't worry, we are your friends. We will help you get back your money from the thief," Gustav promised Emil. The boys waited for the tall man to finish his meal, and when he came out of the cafe, they followed him. After a long walk, they saw him enter a hotel. The boys could not go into the hotel, so they kept guard outside. At night, some of the boys went home, but Emil and Gustav took shelter in a garage and kept watch. The next morning, the boys saw the tall man leave the hotel and walk towards the city center. They followed him to a bank. Emil was convinced that it was time to confront the tall man, or he would lose his money. So, Emil and Gustav went into the bank. Emil saw the man take some notes out of his pocket to give to the cashier. At once, he went over to him and demanded loudly,
"Those notes are mine. You better hand them over to me before we call the police."
Who are you? I've never seen you before. What are you doing in a bank?
The tall man asked rudely. Emil turned to the cashier.
"Mister, please check the notes handed over by the man. I'm sure they are mine. Do they have pin marks on them?"
Emil said boldly. The cashier noticed that there were pinholes on the notes and called the manager to deal with the situation. Emil narrated his story and the manager believed him. They called up the police to hand over the thief. Then Gustav showed Emil the way his grandmother's house. The next day, Emil found that he had become famous. All the city newspapers carried the headline, "Little boy helps police arrest a wanted bank robber."